state in your name and which school you're from.
Mitch Stewart, Murray State University.
Now, Coach, this is your first year as a head coach at Murray State, but you've been there for 5. Can you tell us a little about how that transition went from being a coordinator to a head coach?
Yeah, I came to Murray in 2010. I was the wide receivers coach and special teams coordinator. And then the following year I took over as offensive coordinator, and that was in 2011. And then, obviously in December I got the job. I'd actually been with Chris Hatcher, the previous head coach. I'd been with him since I played for him. I've been with him since 2001, so I'd been with him for quite a while. And just got to a point where we thought it was best to break ways. So very, very fortunate for the opportunity at Murray State, and very, very happy to be the head coach at Murray State.
That's great. Can you give us your general thoughts on the upcoming season?
Yeah, I think if people asked me earlier, they said, what are you trying to do down there? And I've always learned when you work for guys, you figure out things that they did that you like, but more importantly, you figure out things that they did that you don't like, and that you would change and do differently. And we're in the process of doing that. There's some things just structurally and all that I wanted to change, and culturally that I wanted to change. Right now we've got 90 kids on campus that actually, we gave them the opportunity. We said, listen, we're going to do a voluntary 3-week program in the month of July. If you want to be a part, go wash cars or whatever you got to do, and come up with $400, and you can pay your own way, and it's all voluntary, and they did that, and I've got 90 of them that wanted to do that, and I think that's a huge step in that culture change.
Yeah. Now, what do you like most about your team this year?
I think it's probably the same thing that they like about me, the youthfulness. We're not going to go out and practice for 3 hours, and it's not going to be drudgery. When we go to team meetings, it always starts with music playing in the team meeting room, whether that be Earth, Wind, and Fire, or whether that be T-Pain. I don't know. They choose it, but I think that's the biggest thing, is we're just having fun together. And that was the biggest thing that I wanted to do coming into it, was I wanted to have a lot of fun. I don't take things too seriously. When it's time to work, we'll work. But at the same time, you play this game. You don't work this game. Those kids, they don't get paid a salary to play this game. So, I wanted to keep it as fun as possible for them.
Now, what are your general thoughts about the OVC race and what it's going to take to compete for that championship?
Well, obviously we've got a long road to hoe. Somebody asked me, said, "What do you feel? What's your thoughts on being picked 8?" And I said, well, you sleep in the bed you make. If you go 3-9 the year before, you don't come in expecting to be number 1. So I really like where we're at, because we don't have anywhere to go but up. And even though it's going to be a tough challenge, but we're up for the challenge. And our kids they understand the challenges ahead of us. And the best thing about the conference is it's a tough conference. I mean, it is a really tough conference, and it's getting better and better. One of the things that as I was trying to hire a defensive coordinator, I heard over and over again, said, the Ohio Valley Conference is one of those that if you're not careful, you get 50 points put up on you in a hurry. It's not one of these ground and pound conferences. Everybody's good. Everybody's got athletes. Everybody can score pretty good, pretty much at will. So it's a very competitive league.
Sure. Tell us a little bit about your schedule and how it plays out for you.
Well, we start out with a payout game. We'll pay Kentucky Wesleyan to come in on a Thursday. Ought to be a lot of fun, especially on a Thursday game. None of the students are gone, so hopefully it'll be a big crowd. And then we actually have 2 road games in a row. We go play Northern Illinois, and then go back and play Western Michigan. We actually play Northern Illinois on their whiteout game. And I tried to call up there and tell them, hey, man, y'all are wasting a whiteout game, man. Let's go. Y'all need to save that for when y'all play somebody in your own conference. But it ought to be a lot of fun. And then Western Michigan is always a lot of fun because they do it on their community day or something like that. Big crowd. And those games are always fun. A, because you get to compete at the highest level, and B, you get to play in front of crowds that most of our guys are not used to playing in front of. And then we come back and we play 3 conference games. I can't remember what the order of them are. It's Tennessee Tech and SEMO and Austin Peay right there in a row, and then we take a bye week, and then we finish off with all the UT Martins and EKUs and all of those guys.
All right, Coach.